Okay, so that's going to be the centre of our rose, and then we're going to create the petals. Don't want the paper. So I use these sort of silicone plasticky sheet things for doing this. Because it's the best thing I've found. You can use a normal plastic bag, but it's because it's a bit thinner, it doesn't go great. Sometimes it sticks quite hard. These actually came out I don't know if you've ever seen them in the supermarket. You can buy like ready rolled icing. It's in a big roll, a big sort of long box, and they come on a plastic sort of middle bit. I've probably got one kitten in that box somewhere. With the icing wrapped up in these sheets. So when I've been lazy and ran out of icing and needed to go and get some at the supermarket, I just grab the ready rolled stuff and I keep the sort of plastic off them. So all I'm doing now is I'm just creating tiny wee balls that will become our petals. And as I say, it depends how big you want to make your rose. You can make it as big or as little as you want. You can have as many layers on it as you want. There is no hard and fast rule to this. It's entirely a personal choice. You can make them very small and have very thin petals, but you're better to use the flower paste to do that, because this stuff doesn't work well getting rolled very, very thin, but you can make a fairly passable rose with it. As I say, if we get time towards the end, I'll show you my website and you'll see the nice rose cake I've done for one of my wedding shows. Okay, so I'm just folding this over, just putting a wee flatten on it, and then you see my 8 dots here, and all I'm going to do is just work these out. Doesn't matter about the shape isn't important. What is important is that you get one side thinner than the other. So you're circling it round to get a sort of circle shape-ish idea, and then you're putting your finger and pressing it hard so that you're getting one side much thinner than the other.
And how did you learn all these different techniques?
Just learned them myself, just picked things up over the years. I bought books. Well, I mean, in my days when I started this, there wasn't such a thing as the internet, so.
So how long have you been doing this?
25 years.
Wow. So you're real experienced.
It actually started as a bit of an accident. It was my daughter's 5th birthday and she was having a party, and in those days you couldn't go into a supermarket and just buy a cake for your wedding. You had to order it off Greggs or Lightbodies. You had to put your order in a week in advance, and it was her birthday on Saturday, and on Thursday I remembered I hadn't got a cake for her. So I went into Asda and bought myself a book. I was always quite good at baking. I mean, I liked baking cakes. I used to do cupcakes all the time. My mum was a good baker and she taught me everything she knows, or everything she knew. And I picked up a few tricks of my own on the way. But I picked up this book on cake decorating. Didn't even know how to make royal icing. And this book showed me everything, showed me how to do it all. And I've just gradually built the skills for there. So, centrepiece. Petals, brush, hardly any water, and all I'm going to do is pick up each petal. The very thin end is going to the top of the rose, so what I'm going to do is just down the side of that petal, just brush a wee bit of water, and you'll see there's hardly any water on that. Stick it so that it's quite near the top but not covering the top part. Second bit is on the other side of it. And all I'm going to do is just wrap around. Fingers on the bottom. Once you've got it like that, all you do is just very gently push the edge of it down so that it just curls round a wee bit. Next petal, same, absolutely same procedure. A wee bit of water down the side, and then you're going to overlap it. So where you started the other one, you're going to the other side of the middle bit. starting at the back, same idea. So now you're creating an overlap. Okay, see it's starting to build up already.
So is it the thin part you attach to the centre?
The thin part's going to the top.
The top, right.
So your thick part will be down the bottom here, and your thin part's staying at the top of the flower. So again, just making sure you're not going back over the same seam, overlapping all the time, and as you're moving, as you're adding the layers onto it, you're trying to move the petals up a wee bit, just ever so slightly every time you put another petal on, you're moving it up the flower a wee bit. So that each layer is then starting to overlap on its own.
So did you get someone to set up your internet business, or did you do
Done
that
it myself.
yourself as well?
Yeah,
Done.
aye.
That's fantastic.
Done it
Was
myself.
that difficult?
Well, I went to Business Gateway. Business Gateway were fantastic with me.
Right.
They had they done a course on setting up your internet, and they actually provided